Oh man. Um,
What are you talking about today?
I so my plan was, since this episode should be dropping near Halloween, to talk about like a spooky anime of some sort.
Hmm.
I considered Ghost Stories, which I kind of explained to you, but if you guys don't know what Ghost Stories is, I'm not reviewing that. But it's so the general story, it was an anime. It was like a mid anime that was made in, like, I think, like the early '90s, maybe the late '80s. Um, and it's just like fine. And then I don't think Japan really cared for it much. And then American dubbers or voice actors got the chance to dub it, and we're like, can we just do whatever we want? And they're like, yeah, we don't want this. This is whatever. So it's like, okay. So they just made like the most ridiculous, fucked up, like definitely not super safe for work. Like they just had fun with it and made it like complete fucking mockery of a ghost story.
Right.
And it's hilarious. And it's so fucking hilarious that like Japan has now like taken it back and has now subbed it, but with the
American
script, with the American script. So they resubbed it now. Like, all right, no, this is the show. This
That's
is what it
cool.
is.
Well,
It's fucking hilarious.
It sounds like for once, Japan dubbed us.
Yeah.
In an
Wait,
anime.
I'm glad you said that.
Oh.
Did you know there's like I don't know if I came across this. There's like an ongoing like debate in Japan over whether or not the King of the Hill sub or dub is better.
I didn't even know there was a thing.
Yeah, it's like a huge thing. It's like, yeah, it's like saying, like, do you watch Dragon Ball Z and sub or dub? Like King of the Hill over there is, first of all, King of the Hill is like as big over there,
Right.
and second of all, yeah, it's like, no, you gotta watch it subbed, like blah 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 blah. The American voices are better for it. It's just like so funny, and that's why it's funny to think like weebs go over to Japan,
Right.
like us, but like go over to Japan and they're like wearing like anime shirts and like, yeah, they're gonna accept me. That's like, it's like the equivalent of like someone from Japan coming over wearing like a cowboy hat and like a sponge, like a full SpongeBob outfit, and being like, Americans are gonna love me. I love SpongeBob.
I love SpongeBob.
You know, so, but yeah, Ghost Stories is really, really funny. Don't expect like a super good
animation.
Ghost Story animation too, but like the old animation kind of like lends itself to. Okay. Then I also thought about reviewing Miriko-chan. So like a lot of times I'll find like anime and be like, oh cool, what's that show? I'll watch that. And then like I thought she looked cool and kind of like I don't know, she looked cool and like different from like a normal style anime character, kind of like sullen and stuff. And it looked like super spooky, like good horror, like based off the ghosts.
Yeah.
And like the general idea is that like she's haunted by ghosts and she can totally see them and she's terrified by them, but her whole way of like beating them, I guess, or like it's just to pretend that she doesn't see them. So like it's like constantly the ghosts like keep trying to like scare her and like whatever, terrify her or whatever, but then she just like will pretend she can't see them while internally she's like freaking the fuck out. And like it's like a fun concept, but like I kind of wanted like a good. This is my fault. This is like one of those like, oh, I'm the asshole situations. Like I saw the pictures of the scary looking ghost, the girl, and I was like, oh cool, like this is gonna be a good horror anime, and it's like not a good horror anime, but it's a decent anime. The only thing I didn't like about it, it's like very fan servicey, which like definitely has its place, and I like a good anime butt here and there.
Okay.
But it's like so like it like takes you out of it for a second, where there are times where it's like, oh, she's in the bathroom and okay, she's at high school and she's sliding her underwear down. Like that's like stuff like I didn't need.
Right.
It's like it's not servicing anything. And it's not even done like a lot of like anime has fan service. Listen, Kill la Kill was like one of my favorite anime. And like but they were clever with the fan service where like the whole idea of Kill la Kill was that like clothes was it like clothes? Not clothes are evil. Like I forget what it is. Like clothes are, it's been so long, but something to do with aliens and and somehow like the more clothes you have, like the less powerful you are. So it makes sense to be like closer and closer to being nude. I forget the exact concept or whatever. So like, yeah, it's super fan service, but at least they like made it like a fun, and it's like wink wink kind of, where it's like the joke is the fan service, where I'm like, okay, cool. But like this, it's like it just felt like they just like threw in this girl's butt or whatever every so often, and like kind of like in places where it didn't make sense. So
hearing you describe what this anime was, or like the background of it, also felt like you were just reading the lore of a VTuber.
You know what? You're not super far off. You're not. There's a reason why when every girl VTuber gets her new model, she
Right.
mysteriously has giant boobs. You know,
Boobs out of nowhere.
like weird. I like that.
What?
You know.
How the hell did that happen?